Joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. So this is a created franchise. The name of the franchise is the Bronx Knights. They've been wedged into the American League West Division. Only 9 games left of the regular season. It's in September. 9 games left. So basically there's very little left to play for before the playoffs. It's all about the playoffs now. I'm already clinched the division. As you can see on the standings on the screen, the Bronx Knights are in first place. They have 101 wins, and they have a 16-game lead in the division. So with 9 games left, the division is clinched. It's all about setting up my starting rotation for the playoffs. And there is one other little reason to watch, or at least reason for me to play. Besides the fact that I've been playing every inning of every game, no simulated innings, no skipped games. Every game is on YouTube, up to 153. Today is number 154. My second baseman, Chris Ramos, has 63 home runs. So it's interesting to see how far up the history ladder he makes it in these final 9 games. So 10 homers in 9 games, and he ties Barry Bonds for the most homers in Major League history in a season. So let's jump into the schedule and see how far I get. So just finished a 3-game set on the road against the Chicago White Sox, won 2 out of 3. So now I'm starting a 3-game set against the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's play ball at the Phillies. Game 1 on a Friday night, the 20th. Few organizations games. Joey Pollard, play the game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team. We are at Citizens Bank Ballpark. I don't like the MLB Network, the broadcast style theme, so I always put it on the show. It's just a personal preference. Joey Pollard has 18 wins, going for win number 19. Looks good. Let's rock and roll with the starting lineup. So as I said before, Bronx Knights second baseman Chris Ramos, 63 home runs with 9 days left to play. Can he hit 10 homers in 9 games? Can he hit 11 to get the record for the most homers in one season? Probably not. I'm going to be honest. The difficulty setting for this franchise for the entire season has been hitting and pitching set to all-star. So no reason to change it now. Just for, well, first of all, let's do this the right way. Welcome to Major League Baseball here at Citizens Bank Ballpark as the Bronx Knights visit the Philadelphia Phillies. There's Chris Ramos with his 63 dingers. On the mound for the Phillies, Ryan Baruki making his 31st start of the season. His record is 10-9 with a 5.80 earned run average. And leading off for the Bronx Knights is Max Luklitch, the lead. He is the center fielder, hitting .313, 4 homers, 40 RBIs. Now, before he throws a pitch, just for accountability's sake, shall we? Options, gameplay. Hitting difficulty is on All-Star. And the pitching difficulty is on All-Star right there. So, again, I don't need to do it, but might as well. Why not? So Max Luklitch is a switch hitter batting from the right side. Grounds it to the shortstop, first pitch of the ball game. Long throw in time, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights, Max Luklitch is in center. Don Mattingly is at first. Chris Ramos at second. Michael O'Rourke is in left. Jacob Salazar is your DH today. Benny Cicero in right. Matt Saps is the shortstop. Matt Termini is at third. And batting ninth is Anthony Millo, playing catcher. So next up, Don Mattingly. First baseman for the Bronx Knights, takes in there strike 1, hitting .337, 23 homers, 104 runs batted in. And he yanks it towards the right center field gap. It drops in there for a 1-out single. So the Knights have their first base runner of the ball game. Here's the replay. Took that flat curveball and served it. So the man we all came to see, Chris Ramos, hitting .365, 63 homers, 163 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the right side against Baruki. How many can he hit in these final 9 games? And he fouls off the first pitch, strike 1. Carries an 8-game hitting streak into this contest. Mattingly leads off first, 1 away here in the top of the first. Sinking fastball outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. James Kingsley is the man calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. I don't know if he's real, I just hope he does a good job. And it's a ground ball through the box, up the middle, a base hit, and there's runners at first and second, and only one out here in the top of the first against the Phillies. So not a home run, but leads off the ball game with a hit. Next up is the cleanup hitter, the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke, 338, 35 homers, 113 RBIs. Up there with 2 on and 1 out. Outside corner with the sinking fastball, strike 1. Out in front of the curveball, the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on O'Rourke. Baruki seems to be a junk thrower. At least that's my impression so far. Mattingly leads off second, Ramos off first. And it's a flare to center field. In comes the outfielder to make the catch for the second out. So with 2 down, playing designated hitter today is Jacob Salazar. He's hitting .324, 16 homers, 96 runs batted in. It's another milestone. Jacob's got 96 RBIs. I'm sure he'd like to get 4 more to get to the century mark. He's got 9 games to get 4 RBIs. Let's see if he can do it. And that's a good start. It's a line drive base hit, but unfortunately, Mattingly doesn't have enough speed to score. So it's station to station, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the first. So, up steps the right fielder, Benny Locicero, 300 batting average, 33 homers, 122 RBIs. He's got the bases loaded. In August, he hit a grand slam home run this season. That's a line drive, but caught. And they leave the bases loaded. So after half an inning of baseball, it's the Knights nothing. The Phillies coming to bat. So we go to the bottom of the first. On the mound is the number 2 starter in the rotation, Joey Pollard. He's making his 28th start. He's 18-4 with a 3.25 earned run average. I believe he's going to have this start and 1 more before the playoffs. So if he wins both starts, he gets to that magic number 20 wins. So tall order, but I'm sure he's up to the challenge. Leading off is Ricky Henderson, 324, 32 homers, 105 RBIs, and 41 stolen bases. He is a 5-tool player. Ground ball to terminate third on the infield grass. Throws to first. 1 away. So starting lineup for the Phillies, Ricky Henderson led off, is playing left. Pee Wee Reese is in short. Jim Edmonds is in center field. Pete Alonso is at first. Ramon Laureano is at DH. Matt Williams is at third. Dale Murphy is in right. Jorge Alfaro is the catcher. And Donnie Walton batting ninth and playing second base. 1 more homer and you can tie Sammy Sosa at 64. You know what? I gotta brush up on the different notches. It's good. That's good to hear. Checks his swing. Pee Wee Reese takes strike 1. Bronx Knights are 101 and 52. That's Matthew Saps playing shortstop today, and Benny Locicero in right field. I know that Barry Bonds hit 73. I know that second is Mark McGuire with 70, but beyond that, I mean, that would be nice. It would be nice if somehow he could be the 3rd man in history. Outside corner counters quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Pee Wee Reese. It'd be nice to be the 3rd man in history to hit 70 homers in a season, even if I can't get to 73 or 74. So that would be nice. We'll see what happens. Swing and a miss. Inside 2-seamer, and there are 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Nice pitch by Joey. Let's watch this replay. Terrible replay angle. Every replay from the pitcher's perspective for a strikeout should be over the shoulder like this. This is where it should look like. So 2 outs, and up steps Jim Edmonds, 311, 48 home runs, 112 RBIs. My goodness, he's first in the National League in home runs. Pops up the first pitch to him in foul territory. Termini makes the catch, so it's a 1-2-3 inning for Joey Pollard. And at the end of 1, no score here in Citizens Bank Ballpark. So I'm sorry, check that. Yes, top of the second. Matthew Saps, 312, 31 homers, 104 RBIs. Steps up against Baruki. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, strike one. And that's a ground ball, base hit through the left side between short and third. And that's a leadoff single for the Knights here in the top of the second. Nice. So, third baseman Matt Termini. In August, he hit 368. He hit 300 in September, so you know what? Not bad. 317, 11 homers, 76 RBI. So we got Mark McGwire at 65. So Saps is taking a big lead at first. Breaking ball in there, strike one to Termini. We got Sammy again at 66. Thank you, Mr. Outlander. For those of you that are unaware, the Outlander show is on YouTube, a channel of his own. He does some first-person shooters, some third-person shooters. He does some Madden football. Pitches low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. You should check out his channel as well. Out in front of the changeup, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Termini. Down and in. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then there's Mark McGwire at 70 homers. And of course, Barry Bonds at 73. Pitches outside. Count evens at, well, not evens, count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The star of the game in yesterday's matchup is Anthony Millo, who went 4 for 5 with 2 homers. So, bouncer to the mound. Baruki throws to first, takes the easy out. And there's 1 away. Runner moves to second on basically a swinging bunt by Termini. Defensive alignment by the Phillies in the outfield from left to right is Henderson, Edmonds, and Murphy. And in the infield is Williams, Pee Wee Reese, Donnie Walton, Pete Alonso, and Jorge Alfaro behind the plate. Phillies are second in the National League in fielding percentage, so they have a good defensive ball club. So the catcher, Anthony Millo, 256, 13 homers, 63 runs batted in. Fouls off the changeup, strike one. Saps leads off second. 1 away here in the top of the first.
At the ball.
Sinking fastball's low, count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Millo. So like I said, Millo was 4 for 5 with 2 homers, and one of those homers was a 3-run homer yesterday. He was instrumental in erasing an 8-3 swing and a miss with the changeup count is 1 and 2. Instrumental in erasing an 8-3 deficit against the Chicago White Sox. They ended up winning 11-8. Down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Alfaro. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Did he check it? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. So the count will be full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner leads off second. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him to chase a breaking ball, and there's 2 away. Baruki's first strikeout, he asks the home plate umpire if it was a strike, and he nods no, it was outside. So the lineup turns over. Max Luklitch, the center fielder, is 0 for 1, his second plate appearance. Fouls off the changeup, strike one. So he needs a single to get that runner home from second here with 2 outs. Pitch is low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a line drive towards the left center field gap. It will be a base hit. He holds it first. It's an RBI single for Max Luklitch. RBI number 41 on the season. And the Bronx Knights take an early 1-0 lead. Come on, show us a replay. Here we go. I thought for sure Max Luklitch, as aggressive a base runner as he is, was going to take off for second. I'm glad he held up. So Mattingly had a single in the first. He's got the average up to 338. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Good spot for Luklitch. And Luklitch takes off. It's a pitch out. Throw down to second is not in time. So even with the pitch out, the blazing speed of Luklitch was enough to get in there at second. So he steals it. And now there's a runner in scoring position for Mattingly. That's steal number 37 for Max. So 2 outs, runner at second. Count as 2 balls and no strikes on the hitman. Late on the sinker. Count as 2-1. Up next is Chris Ramos with his 63 home runs. And he pulls it to the right side. Fielding it is the second baseman, throws to first, and the side is retired. But they get a run on the RBI single by Max Luklitch. And after an inning and a half, Bronx leads 1-0. So next up is Pete Alonso, 268, 38 homers, 120 RBIs. He was this year's home run derby champion. Chris Ramos participated in that during All-Star weekend, but he did terribly. It's actually on the stream. Strike one. Alonso, they're playing the shift against him. 3 infielders on the left side, expecting him to pull. So there is literally a video dedicated to the home run derby. It's like 10 minutes long because Chris Ramos got kicked out of the first round. He didn't do well. Ball is inside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're interested in seeing that, there's a playlist dedicated to Bronx Knights baseball on the YouTube channel that you're watching right now. What you have to do is look up playlists in the margin. At the knees, strike 2. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. You'll find it, and then you just scroll your way somewhere towards the middle of the season. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there's 1 away. Alonso strikes out to lead off the bottom of the second. You just find the one that's titled Home Run Derby and click it, and there you go. I wish it could have been a happier event, but it is what it is. So with 1 away, up steps Ramon Laureano, 252, 20 homers, 89 runs batted in. Pitch from Pollard is outside, ball 1. Checks his swing, but the circle change floats in there for strike 1. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. So I'm excited for the playoffs. I really am. I mean, under normal circumstances, if this was not on YouTube, I have a feeling that I would have simulated the last 8 games and got the playoffs started, but it's a deep drive. Over in left center field is Luklitch. He settles under it, makes the catch, 2 away. Nice running play by Luklitch in center, covering a lot of ground. But I said to myself before the season started that it was my intention to play every inning of every game of a 162-game created franchise, and I don't care that there's 8 games left. That's what I plan to do. So Matt Williams, third baseman, steps up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. He's hitting .265 on the season. Takes strike 1 at the knees. Oh, that's high. That is deep. That ball is gone. He hit it the opposite way. Reached out and slapped it the other way. Home run number 20 on the season. And this ball game is knotted at 1. My goodness, showed a lot of hand strength with that. I can't wait to look at this replay. The pitch was outside. He reached out for it and slapped it over the fence to the opposite field. That's power. I wonder what they're congratulating him. Look at that. My goodness. This is supposed to be the Ramos home run show, not the Matt Williams home run show. So, the score is tied at 1 here with 2 outs in the second. Dale Murphy steps up, 277, 17 homers, 64 runs batted in. Late on the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Fouls off the circle change. Count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Dale Murphy. Oh, that's a deep drive. Down the line, it is a foul ball. Or is it? Oh, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. That was literally 1 seat's width a home run. Fouls off the two-seam fastball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. That was a home run by maybe 6 to 12 inches. Pokes the knuckle curve foul. He's staying alive. Swing and a miss. Inside two-seamer, and the side is retired. But the solo homer by Matt Williams here in the bottom of the second ties this game at 1. So we go to the top of the third. Up steps the man himself, Chris Ramos. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty. Baruki takes low, ball 1. Ramos has 63 homers on the season. And he hits a slow roller to the pitcher Baruki, jumps off the mound, throws to first, and there's 1 away. So he'll stay at 63 for at least another at-bat. With 1 away, Michael O'Rourke flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Sinking fastball is low, ball 1. Score is tied at 1 here at Citizens Bank Ballpark. It went too far. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Couldn't hold back. Checked his swing. Pitch was low. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on O'Rourke. O'Rourke has 35 homers on the season. Yanks it down the first baseline foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a line drive, base hit towards the left center field gap. He makes a big turn. He's heading to second. Throw to second will not be in time. It is a 1-out double for Michael O'Rourke. His 43rd double of the season. Doubles leaders for the teams in the American League. As you can see, the Knights are in second place, only behind the Minnesota Twins in doubles. So with 1 away, up steps the switch hitter Jacob Salazar, playing DH today. He's normally the shortstop. Changeup hits the corner, strike 1. Like I said before, Jacob has 96 runs batted in, looking for RBI's numbers to get to the century mark. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So he has a runner in scoring position at the moment. This could be RBI numbers 97 with a single. Let's see what happens. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike on Salazar. O'Rourke leads off second. 1 down here in the top of the third. Sinky fastball at the knees. Count is 2-2. He needs to go into protect the plate mode with 2 strikes. Slow roller up the middle, looks him back to second, throws to first in time, 2 away. Salazar is retired. So with 2 outs, up steps Benny Lo Cicero. He lined out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Baruki. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Michael O'Rourke has 27 steals. He doesn't usually steal third base. It's usually first to second. But 27 steals for a guy his size is pretty impressive. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm not calling Michael fat or anything. He's, husky. But you'd think that he wouldn't be able to steal bases at his girth, so to speak. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Michael O'Rourke is a real person in real life. Hope he doesn't hear this because he won't be thrilled by that description in any event. And it's a lazy fly ball to center field. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after 2.5 innings of play here in Citizens Bank Park, the score is knotted at 1. Bottom of the third, the catcher, Jorge Alfaro. 261, 22 homers, 91 runs batted in. That's good production for a catcher. First pitch here in the bottom of the third, lines it foul, strike 1. Drove it down the third base line with authority. And this one he lines the other way up the first base line. So count is 0-2 on Alfaro. Just misses off the plate inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Line drive past the outstretched reach of Ramos at second. It's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third for the Phillies. So the lineup will turn over for the Phillies. Up steps. No, I checked that. That was the number 8 hitter. I apologize. This is the number 9 hitter, Donnie Walton. A recent call-up from the minor leagues, hitting .250 and obviously limited at-bats. Swings and misses at the fastball, strike 1. Grounds it. Terminate to second for 1. Back to first. Around the horn double play, and there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Nice 5-4-3 double play, turned by the Bronx Knights defense. So now the leadoff man steps up to the plate. Ricky Henderson for his second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. In there, strike 1. Base is empty. So Henderson is 9 for his last 20. That's a 450 clip. He is hot. Pulls it foul. Strike 2. So Ricky Henderson was, he's a Hall of Famer. Played for many teams. My memories are of him playing for the New York Yankees. Smashes it. He's fast. Picks it up. Tosses to first. Not in time. Ricky Henderson's speed made that into an infield hit. Pollard did what he could, but when you're dealing with a Hall of Famer, broken bat, barrel goes flying, picks it up barehanded, but Ricky Henderson is at first with 2 away. So next up is Pee Wee Reese. Struck out in the first, he's 0 for 1. Pulls the fastball foul, strike 1. Reese is hitting .301, 18 homers, 77 runs batted in. Throw to first. Fouls it behind home plate upstairs. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Pee Wee. Late on the fastball again. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Quick throw to first. Henderson is back. And he pops it up down the first base line. It goes foul. So we'll set him up again. Count is still 0-2. Finally back to work at a new health club. Well, first of all, Mr. Outlander, I had no idea what you did for a living, so obviously you work at a health club. It's good to hear. I have to be honest, I missed the gym, so catch by Mattingly, spears it for the final out of the inning. So after 3 innings of baseball, the score is still tied at 1. So I missed the gym big time, so I can up here in the New York area, we're staying away until I'm fully vaccinated and my wife is fully vaccinated. We're not going to do the gym, not until that point. So leading off the top of the 4th, Matthew Saps swings and fouls off first pitch for strike 1. Matt Saps was the August Rookie of the Month. Count is 0-1. Fouls off the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I assume, Mr. Outlander, that going back to work means a little bit less of the streaming. I'm sad to hear that. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You have really good stuff on your YouTube channel. People really should check it out. Grounds it 2-hopper to the third baseman. Matt Williams throws to first in time, 1 away. My wife's part owner. paint store here in California. I work part-time as a maintenance sanitation guy here at the gym here. Well, I wish you the best. With one away, Matt Termini steps up. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out. Nubber here at the mound. He jumps out of the crouch. Alfaro spins, fires, not in time. It's basically a swinging bunt base hit for Matt Termini with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Next up is the catcher, Anthony Millo. Big lead over there at first. Quick throw to first. He's back. So, another throw to first. Termini is really daring the left-handed Baruki with the lead that he's getting over there. For those of you that are wondering, I control the hitting, I control the pitching, I control the fielding, but the base stealing, the base running, I have on automatic. I let the console, PS4 console, handle the base stealing. So that's why sometimes I don't really know what's going on. That ball is hit into left field. It is a base hit by Anthony Millo. And Termini's going to third. Throw to third base is not in time. So it's runners at first and third with only 1 out here in the top of the 4th as the Bronx Knights are threatening to score. Here's the replay. So Millo, who's had a terrible first half of the season, is showing signs of life as we approach the playoffs. Max Luklitch is an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. And he yanks it down the left field line, curving out of play. Strike 1. And that's a line drive to center field. It will be caught. Tagging is Termini. It's shallow. Throw to the plate is not in time. So the score is now 2-1 on the RBI sacrifice fly by Max Luklitch, his 2nd RBI of the game. And the Bronx Knights lead 2-1. I didn't think that Jim Edmonds in center field, I didn't think he would try it, but Termini decided to take a chance and gamble. So runner at first and 2 away. Don Mattingly is 1 for 2 with a single today. Up next on the on-deck circle is Chris Ramos. Slider outside, ball 1. Don Mattingly was an all-star this year for the American League. He did not start at first base in the all-star game, but he played a couple of innings at first as the game progressed. And that's a line drive which will drop in there the other way for a base hit for Mattingly. Runners at first and second and 2 away, and Chris Ramos steps up to the plate as the pitching coach of the Philadelphia Phillies makes a slow walk out of the mound to discuss strategy. He's probably wondering, do we walk him? Do we pitch to him? Will Sports Center roast us if we don't pitch to him? It looks like they're going to pitch to him. Off the plate, inside, ball 1. Again, as a reminder for those of you that have just tuned in, Chris Ramos has 63 home runs. This is game number 154 on the season. He is chasing history. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. It's a 2-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. There's 2 runners on and 2 away. Here's the pitch from Baruki. And that's a line drive, base hit through the box. Rounding third and heading home is the runner. And it's an RBI, it's an RBI single for Chris Ramos. And the score is 3-1, so it's not a home run. RBI leaders in the American League entering play. Chris Ramos is at 163. He's currently at 165. Also, Benny Cicero of the Bronx Knights is in the middle of the list with 122. So not the home run that we were hoping for, but he's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, and the score is 3-1 Bronx Knights. Pitch to Michael O'Rourke is low, ball 1. He's 1 for 2 with a double in the 3rd. Mattingly is on 2nd. Ramos is on 1st. O'Rourke, the left fielder, at the plate. And he skies it to shallow left center field. There is the center fielder. He makes the catch to retire the side. But we get 2 runs. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 3. Philadelphia Phillies 1. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Live streams will be Monday and Friday starting tonight. So we're still around. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So up next is Jim Edmonds, because I like your content, and I would hate to think that real life post-COVID would ruin the show, because it's fun content. So Jim Edmonds is 0 for 1. Pollard is nursing a 3-1 lead here in the 4th inning. Outside corner, strike 1. Pulls the curveball foul. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds leads the National League this season with 48 homers, an impressive number. And he's late slicing out of play. Count remains 0-2. Late on the fastball, we'll do it again. So, Joey Pollard is the number 2 starter on the Bronx Knights. That's a deep drive. Slicing out of play. Count remains 0-2. He has 18 wins. If he wins today, he'll have win number 19. He's going to have one more start before the end of the season. So I'm sure if you put him on a lie detector test, a polygraph test, and you asked him, do these final 2 starts matter to you? I don't know if he'd be able to deny it. Swing and a miss. Jim Edmonds is down on strikes. That's Joey Pollard's 4th strikeout. As I was saying, wins leaders in the American League. His teammate, Eli Ramos, has 21 wins. And Joey Pollard sits at 3rd place with 18. So next up is Pete Alonso. Struck out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Pete Alonso in real life plays for the New York Mets. Fastball outside, ball 1. And of course the shift is on, expecting the power hitting right-hander to pull to the left field. Out in front of the knuckle curve. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Alonso. Oh, that ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Alonso hits a solo home run here in the bottom of the 4th, his 39th homer of the season. And just like that, the score is 3-2. Bronx Knights lead. When you do late games, it's going to be great. The gym will close at 9. I'm there till 11 by myself, sanitizing with headphones. Well, that's cool. I'm glad to entertain someone. The whole point, I'm having a great time doing this, but it's also fun to know that somebody's going to be listening. So it's a 3-2 ball game on Pete Alonso's 39th. Here's the replay. That one stings. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Ramon Laureano, 0 for 1. That's a deep drive towards the left center field gap. On his horse is Luklitch on the warning track. Makes the catch for the 2nd out. Nice play. Nice. He can really cover real estate out there, Max Luklitch can. Nice running play. So next up is Matt Williams. Solo homer the other way in the 2nd. Just poked it over the fence. This is 1 for 1. 2 outs here in the 4th. Pitch is low, ball 1. Misses inside, ball 2. My intention is to finish this out, so I've got 8 more games after this to finish out the regular season. Then I have the playoffs. Hopefully I go deep into the playoffs. That's another 10 plus games. Strike 2, no, check that, strike 1 count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Matt Williams. So there's another 10 games or so. And then it's my intention to go back to my Avengers. Swing and a miss. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Matt Williams, way in front of the breaking ball. It's my intention to go back to the Avengers League, where the Marvel Universe actors are actually part of a celebrity baseball team. That season is, it's a deep drive. Michael O'Rourke races over to his left. He makes the catch to retire the side. But Pete Alonso, first baseman, at the end of 4 innings of play, gives the Phillies a 3-2 deficit here in the 4th. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. Up steps Jacob Salazar. It's 1 for 2 with a single. Pops it up. Right side, Alonso chases it down, makes the catch in front of the railing. 1 pitch, 1 away. Salazar is retired.
Now batting, number 38.
Up next is Benny Lo Cicero. He's 0 for 2. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Baruki. Way out in front of the slider, strike 1. It's a 3-2 lead for the Bronx Knights here in the top of the 5th. Fouls off the changeup, strike 2. Ground ball off the glove of Pete, but he blocks it, tosses it underhand to Baruki covering, and there's 2-way. Nice play by Pete to basically get in front of that ball, keep it in the infield, and then calmly underhand it over to the pitcher covering. So Matt Saps, 1 for 2 with a single. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Pitches outside, ball 1. And it's a deep drive, but curling out of play. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's a lazy fly ball to Ricky Henderson in left. Settles under it and retires the side. So 1-2-3 inning for Baruki here in the bottom of the 5th. After 4.5, it's the Knights 3, the Phillies 2. So as we go to the top of the 6th, we'll go to the dugout. Heidi Watney, we're sorry. She's our sideline reporter, but unfortunately there seems to be something wrong with her microphone. So we're going to have to cut away. And also, correction, this is the bottom of the 5th as Dale Murphy steps up to the plate. Swing and a miss at the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Out in front of the circle change, 2 quick strikes on Dale. Strike 3 called, outside corner. There's 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Strikeout number 5 for Pollard. Here's the replay. Let's see. It's too close to take. If you want to argue that it's low or that it's outside, that's fine, but when you have 2 strikes, you have to protect the plate. So, number 8 hitter Jorge Alfaro singled in the 3rd. He's 1 for 1. Strike 1. Outside corner with the changeup. Strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss over the knuckle curve. Two quick strikeouts. Pollard's 6th of the game. Here it is again. Just out in front. Bottom line, couldn't get a bat on it. Actually, not so much out in front as he just flat out missed it. So, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Donnie Walton, 2 for 9 for the season. Obviously a September late call-up. Takes a strike at the knees. He's 0 for 1 today. Way out in front of the changeup. Count is quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on the rookie. Up for his cup of coffee, so to speak. Strike 3, so he strikes out the side. Strikeout number 7 to retire the side. So, after 5 innings of baseball, it's an official ball game here in Citizens Bank Ballpark. Bronx Knights lead 3-2. It's so goofy, it says 0 people watching in the chat, but I'm here. Hey, listen, it is what it is. I'm just glad. Also, have no shame if theoretically you need to hop out in order to check out somebody's stream. No love lost. I know that you support my channel more than anyone, so I really appreciate any time you can give me. So, relief pitcher comes in for the Phillies here in the top of the 6th. Up steps third baseman Matt Termini. He's 1 for 2. He's a right-hander. Gonsolin throws a ball. Count is 1-0. Lefty and a righty warming up in the Phillies bullpen. Nick Lodolo and Tommy Kahnle. Fouls off the high breaking ball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on the third baseman. And he swings at the inside fastball and skies it to left. Ricky Henderson makes the catch. There's 1 away.
Now batting.
Next up is Anthony Millo. Got the average up to 257. He's 1 for 2 with a single. His average in the first half of the season was wallowing down around 220. He's finally trying to break that 250 mark. Yanks the split finger fastball foul at strike 1. Usually the number 9 hitter, catcher, Anthony Millo. He has 13 homers on the season. Fouls off the high fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Did he check it? Yes, he did, says the umpire. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Millo. High, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 lead for the Knights here in the top of the 6th. 1 out. In there, strike 3, outside corner, and there's 2 away. Gonsolin's first strikeout. Here's the replay. Let's see if it was in there. Yeah, too close to take. I mean, you could argue outside corner, but... So, Max Luklitch is up again. He's 2 RBIs today. 1 for 2 with a single. Pitches outside and low, ball 1. Max has the average up to 314 on the season. A lot of doubles, a lot of stolen bases. Not much RBI production, at least most days. So 2 RBIs in 1 game is impressive for Max. Count is 2 balls and no strikes.
Whoa, that's down.
3-0 count. Will he have the green light? No, he will not, because I don't swing on 3-0. It's just one of my own personal rules. No swinging. In there, strike 1. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Here in the top of the 6th, the shackles are now off. High, ball 4, and he walks the fastest man on the team. Not smart. I'm sure the manager of the Phillies is not pleased. Next up is Don Mattingly. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. The inning will continue. Max leads off first. Pitches outside with fastball. Don Mattingly has 203 hits on the season. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. And he's going. Pitches in there for a strike. Throw down a second is not in time. It's his 2nd stolen base of the game. If I'm not mistaken, it's stolen base number 38 on the season for Max Luklitch. And now there's a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. So that's a walk will lead to a stolen base, will sometimes lead to another run on the scoreboard. Outside, again, count, 2nd batter in a row. The count is 3 balls and no strikes. And up next is the dangerous Chris Ramos. Will he hit this inning, or will he have to wait for the 7th? 3-0 count. He's taking a pitch. In there, strike 1, 3-1 count. Now the handcuffs on Mattingly are off. All bets are off. The pitch from Gonsolin. And that's a deep drive, but it will curl foul. Count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the payoff pitch. Lead over at 2nd for Max Luklitch. And that ball is high. It is far. It is off the wall. Scoring is Max Luklitch. It's an RBI double for Don Mattingly, and the score is now 4-2 here in the top of the sixth. It's a double number 29 on the season for Don Mattingly. And that's what happens when you walk a hitter with 2 outs. He comes around to score. You can't do it. Should be a rule in baseball. So up steps Chris Ramos. Let me set the stage. Yes, he's 2 for 3 with an RBI today, but he also has 63 home runs on the season. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Chris Ramos is a switch hitter, now batting from the left side against Don Solon, the right-handed pitcher. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. His next home run will tie him with Sammy Sosa on the all-time single-season home run list with 64 homers. Yanks it foul down the first base line. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Score is 4-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is high. Count evens at 2-2. Outside, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off second is Mattingly. 1 run already in, 4-2 lead for the Bronx Knights. Here comes the payoff pitch. That's a hard line drive, base hit to center. It'll be an RBI single for Chris Ramos. Mattingly comes around to score, and the score is now 5-2, Bronx Knights lead. So it's not the home run, but it's his 3rd hit of the ball game and his 2nd RBI. So he is on fire, but unfortunately he's not getting any air under the ball. So it's a 3-run lead for the Bronx Knights as Michael O'Rourke steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with the double today. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Alfaro, throws to first. No reason to take that risk. Does one hole in Ramos's game is he does not have a lot of speed. So the thought that he'd be stealing from first on a pitch in the dirt is kind of foolish by Alfaro. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch is outside, count is 2-0. Michael has 113 runs batted in this season. Not too shabby. Swing and a miss at the split finger fastball. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. So Gonsolin comes in and gets 2 quick outs and then proceeds to give up 2 RBI singles after walking a batter with 2 outs.
Ball 3.
It is the cardinal sin for relief pitchers. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike on O'Rourke. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count will go full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The runner will be in motion from first base with the pitch. He could probably score on a deep ball in the gap. But he misses. Ball 4 and walks another batter. So runners will be at first and second with 2 outs.
The batter, number 3.
Things have gone from good to bad and bad to worse for Gonsolin. So switch hitting designated hitter today, Jacob Salazar, switches over to the left side against the righty Gonsolin. 2 runners on and 2 away. 3-run lead for the Knights. Pokes it foul down the third base line, strike 1. Salazar is hitting .359 with runners in scoring position, so he's comfortable with that runner over at second base. Curveball inside, count evens. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the fastball at the knees, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th, 2 runners on. 3-run lead for the Knights. Here comes the pitch. And he pops him up in the infield. Pete Alonso settles under it. and makes the catch to retire the side. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The Bronx Knights score 2 more runs. And after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 5, the Philadelphia Phillies 2. So, leadoff man Ricky Henderson steps up for his 3rd plate appearance. He's 1 for 2 with a single today. At the knees, strike 1. Pollard is still out there. He now has a 3-run lead in quest for 20 wins. This would be win number 19 for him if he can get through it. Circle change in there, strike 2. Breaking ball low, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ricky Henderson. So Ricky Henderson played for the Oakland A's, then the New York Yankees, then he went to the Toronto Blue Jays. But he was a winner everywhere he went, basically. I think he stole 130 bases one season with the Oakland Athletics. 130 bases in one season. Fouls it off down the first base line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's the kind of guy that could hit 25 homers, drive in 90 runs, score 1 billion runs, and steal 1 billion bases. But this at-bat, he pops up to Mattingly, his teammate in the 1980s, and there's 1 out. So with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th, Pee Wee Reese, 0 for 2 today. Pee Wee Reese played in the 50s and 60s. He was a shortstop. I believe Pee Wee Reese played for the Brooklyn Dodgers when the LA Dodgers were in Brooklyn. In there, strike 1. I'm not 100% certain because I'm not a baseball encyclopedia, but Brooklyn Dodgers feels correct for Pee Wee Reese. Ground ball to Mattingly, 1 hop. Decides to foot race to the bag, takes it himself, and there's 2 away here in the 6th. So, ERA leaders. Ryan Yarborough of the Baltimore Orioles leads the American League in pitching earned run average, but as you can see, Joey Pollard is in 2nd place trying to catch him. So 2 outs, Jim Edmonds steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Pitches low, ball 1. High curveball in there, strike 1, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. And he fouls the knuckle curve upstairs behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Misses outside, count evens at 2 and 2. Swing and a miss over the top. That's strike 3, and the side is retired. So we'll go to the top of the 7th. The end of 6. It's a 3-run lead for the Knights. 5 to 2.
Your attention, please.
So out of the bullpen is Tommy Kahnle for the Phillies, making his 70th appearance. He's 4-1 with a 4.50 earned run average. And leading off here in the top of the 7th is Benny Cicero, the right fielder. He is 0 for 3.
The right fielder, number 38.
Pitches high, ball 1. Change up outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes. And he yanks the fastball, the 2-0 fastball down the first base line. Count is 2 and 1 on Lo Cicero. Benny has 33 homers on the season. And that is a line drive, but caught by Pee Wee Reese at shortstop. There's 1 away. So Benny's 0 for 4 today. Next up is Matt Saps. 1 for 3 with a single. Bouncing ball to Reese in the shortstop hole. Easy. Makes it look easy for out number 2. Drifting towards third base, goes across his body, a lollipop throw, and he gets him in plenty of time. So 2 away, Matt Termini, 1 for 3 with a single today, steps up. Quick inning so far for Tommy Kahnle, but you could have said the same thing after 2 outs with Gonsolin. That was when the trouble started. So the pitch is low, ball 1. That's a line drive towards right center field, but tracking it is the center fielder, Jim Edmonds, makes the catch. Oh, that's not Jim Edmonds. Who are you? No, that is Jim Edmonds. So, get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Bronx Knights lead 5-2. So, bottom of the 7th. Pete Alonso, 1 for 2 with a homer. Joey's still out there. He's thrown 73 pitches through 6 innings. In there, strike 1. Breaking ball over the plate, strike 2. Swing and a miss, inside two-seam fastball. I think that's strikeout number 8. No, strikeout number 9 for Pollard. Here with 6 1/3 innings pitched, strikeout number 9. So his chance for double digits here today. So next up is Ramon Laureano. This probably Ramon Laureano. Where is he playing? Don't remember. That's a deep drive. Back goes O'Rourke looking up. Oh, it is gone off of the 329 sign. The pole, Laureano's 21st homer of the season. And just like that, here in the bottom of the 7th, it's a 2-run lead as the Bronx Knights lead 5-3. This ball hit the bottom of the screen on the left field foul pole. Let's see the replay. Let's look at this. Yanked it down the left field line. It's not really a close-up. I wonder if we could see it. It zooms in, so that's good. Boom, right off of the edge of that screen. So, before we go any further, manager's office and the bullpen. It's the 7th, so I'm going to take... Oh, Dylan Betances is... All right, Jesse Biddle is going to warm up, and Dylan Betances is going to warm up, and John Smoltz is definitely going to come in this game if it stays close. So next up is Matt Williams. 1 for 2 with a solo homer in the 2nd. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. At the knees, strike 1. Breaking ball outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Matt Williams. Matt Williams in the 1990s was the 3rd baseman for the San Francisco Giants. Just misses off the plate inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. He's the kind of guy that struck out a lot, played good defense, but had the potential to hit 40 homers in a season. Misses. Hitters count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Dale Murphy is on deck. If he walks him, the tying run will come to the plate. Swing and a miss. Count goes full, 3-2. Lines it, but foul. Count will remain full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 5-3 lead for the Bronx Knights. Lines it, slicing, foul. This time he pulls the changeup. Next pitch from Joey Pollard will be pitch number 9 of this at-bat. And he's late on the fastball. Could have been ball 4, but he didn't want to take a chance. Count remains full. Pitch number 10 is coming. Pops it upstairs behind home plate, hits the screen. Count remains full. Strike 3 called, outside corner. Matt Williams cannot believe it. He thought it was ball 4. That's strikeout number 10, double digits for Joey Pollard. Let's look at this. Breaking ball. Hey, listen, you could argue that it's outside, but you know what? Umpire sees it that way. Too bad. Dale Murphy's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. In there, strike 1. Ground ball up through the box, a base hit. So with 2 outs, they have a base runner. And the tying run for the Philadelphia Phillies will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. So Dale Murphy's 1 for 3 with a single through the box up the middle. So what to do? So next up is Jorge Alfaro. 1 for 2 with a single. And in will come the manager and the bullpen. And in will come Dellin Betances with the tying run at the plate. So 6 2/3, 3 runs for Joey Pollard. He's responsible for the runner at first base. He can win, he cannot lose, he can only get a no decision. But it's up to Dellin Betances to get him that victory. He's 3-3 with a 2.70 earned run average. He has 84 strikeouts in 60 innings pitched. He has been a strikeout machine this season, and he needs to get the strikeout right here and right now. In there, 100 miles an hour on the radar gun for strike 1. Going to second, throw from his knees, not in time. So with 2 outs, Dale Murphy gets stolen base number 12, and he puts himself in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 7th. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball outside, count is 2-1. And the crowd, you can feel the energy in the crowd start to lift as they're starting to stand on their seats. Deep drive. Left center field, back goes O'Rourke to the track, looking up, makes the catch to retire the side. But Ramon Laureano makes it that much closer. At the end of 7, it's the Knights 5, the Phillies 3. Doing. So we'll go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Tommy Kahnle.
Number 43.
Swinging a miss at the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 1. Pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. 41,821 in attendance here at Citizens Bank Ballpark. It's not a sellout. And that is a lazy fly ball to left. Making the catch is Henderson, 1 away. So the leadoff man, Max Luklitch, he has a single, a run scored, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. He's 1 for 2. He's had an active game. Steps in from the left side against Tommy Kahnle, takes ball 1. And that's a line drive to right, but right at the right fielder. Quickly, there are 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Don Mattingly's 3 for 4 today. Double, 2 singles, and RBI. He has been all over the bases. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. On deck, Chris Ramos, and he will step up to the plate here in the top of the 8th. As Mattingly gets his hit number 4, a single to center. He is on fire today. So, with 2 outs, up steps Chris Ramos, the second baseman, who is 3 for 4 himself, but is sitting at 63 home runs on the season. And he hits a ground ball through the box, up the middle, is hit number 4. So he's on fire, but unfortunately the crowd kind of wanted a home run. Even the few fans in Philadelphia wearing Bronx Knights hats in the crowd, but also I'm assuming some Philadelphia Phillies fans would like to see some history. Not today. But he does have 4 hits. There's runners at first and second, and 2 outs for Michael O'Rourke, who doubled today. He's 1 for 3. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Oh, pitch is inside. Couldn't hold back the swing. Strike 1. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away, 2 runners on, 5-3 lead. And he yanks the fastball, curving out of play, strike 2. Did he check it? Yes, he did, says the third base umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on, 5-3 lead. Here comes a pitch from Kahnle. Up. And he did not swing. Count will go full. Both runners will be in motion on the payoff pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls off the outside fastball, and we will do it again. 2-run lead for the Bronx Knights. This is an important insurance run at second base. Pulls it down the first base line, out of play. Count remains full. Fouls it down the third base line. We'll do it again. Runners still in motion with 3-2 count. Outside ball 4, bases will be loaded with Knights here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. Up steps Jacob Salazar, batting from the left side. 1 for 4 today with a single. He wants those RBIs. He's stuck at 96. He'd like to get to 100 on the season. Change up, outside corner, strike 1. He's hitting .357 with runners in scoring position this season. So this is his time to shine, but he pulls it to the first baseman, Pete Alonso, who takes it himself to the bag, and they leave the bases loaded. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 2-run lead for the Bronx Knights. They lead 5-3. Damn. So bottom of the 8th, up steps Donnie Walton, the number 9 hitter. He's 2 for 10 in this season. September rookie. Dylan Betances with the pitch. Hits a lazy fly ball to Lo Cicero in right. Makes the catch. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
The left fielder, number 24.
Next up is Ricky Henderson. He's 1 for 3 with a single. He gets on, and the tying run comes to the plate. In there, strike 1, 98 on the radar gun. Slurve outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. We're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen, and we're going to warm up John Smoltz just in case I need him. My plan is to, if necessary, to go to Jesse Biddle, the left-hander, first, and then Smoltz in the 9th. But we'll see what we need based on what happens. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Blew it right by him. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, but it gets away. He runs to first. Millo throws to first. Not in time, so it's a strikeout. And a wild pitch, so he gets on first. And the tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. You don't see that every day. They're going to show us a replay? No. So Pee Wee Reese is 0 for 3. He is the tying run. Hitting .300 on the season. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. He's going. In there, throw down a second, not even necessary. Henderson, with his blazing speed, stole that on the pitcher. So, stolen base number 42 on the season for Ricky Henderson. He's in scoring position. Tying run is at the plate. Count is 0 and 2 on Reese. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 away. Nasty slurve. Next up is Jim Edmonds. I think Jim Edmonds is a left-handed hitter, so I am going to go make a very questionable decision right now and bring in Jesse Biddle to pitch to Jim Edmonds. So Jesse Biddle, record is 2 and 3 with a 2.25 earned run average. He has 82 strikeouts in 68 innings, so he has been lights out this season. So runner at second. Jim Edmonds at the plate is the tying run. Score is 5-3. Inside corner, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Strike 1. Swings out in front of the breaking ball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Edmonds. Remember, Edmonds has 48 home runs on the season to lead the National League. That's exactly what they'll need right now. But unfortunately, he pops it up to the other way. O'Rourke makes the catch in left to retire the side, so they get out of trouble. the end of 8 innings of play, we go to the top of the 9th. Bronx Knights lead by 2. Luis Cessa, on in relief for the Philadelphia Phillies, 8-4 with a 3.42 earned run average. And before Benny Cicero steps to the plate, I'm going to look at my bullpen. So, righty, righty, righty. Thank you very much, but John Smoltz is coming in to pitch the 9th. Scheduled to put him in the game. He's coming in. He has 30 saves. Hopefully it'll be save number 31. So, Benny Cicero's 0 for 4 today. Slider in there, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
So the Bronx Knights are 101 wins. Fouls it off, strike 2. 101 and 52 on the season. This is late September. They've won the division. The smacks it, line drive, base hit down the right field line for Benny Cicero, first hit of the game. He rounds first, heads to second, has trouble getting the ball out of the corner, so it's going to be a leadoff double for Benny, and an insurance run sitting at second base. That's Benny's 31st double of the season. Here's the replay. So as I was saying, everything's locked up. They're making the playoffs. They won the division with 101 wins. They have a 16-game lead starting in play today in the American League West. Up next is Matt Saps. 1 for 4 with a single, runner at second. Swing and a miss, high fastball inside, strike 1. The only thing left to play for is to set up the starting rotation, which I'm going to start to mess around with in these games that are coming up. Change up, outside corner, strike 2, count as no balls and 2 strikes. So it's basically set up the rotation and see how many home runs Chris Ramos gets. These games don't even actually matter technically. Outside count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Saps. Luis Cessa sets and delivers. Oh, it is high, it is far, it is gonzo. That is a 2-run home run here in the top of the 9th for Matthew Saps, home run number 32 on the season. And just like that, the score is 7-3, Bronx Knights lead. Oh yeah! Let's watch this replay, shall we? Oh yeah! Boom. No doubt about it. Oh, hit the pole. I didn't even know it hit the pole. So 7-3 lead, 4 runs. Termini's up. He's 1 for 4 with a single. And he hits a line drive to center field, but right there is Jim Edmonds. Makes the catch for the first out here in the 9th. Next up is Anthony Millo with 1 away. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Grounds out, grounds foul, strike 1. The only thing that this may change, with a 4-run lead, I may not lead off the inning.
No, that's down.
With, hold on a second, going back to the manager's office and the bullpen. So now with a 4-run lead, this is not a save opportunity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Dinelson LeMay warm up. I'm going to take John Smoltz and I'm going to cancel this, putting him in the game. And I'm just going to see how many runs I get this inning before I make a decision. He's still warm. He's still ready to come in. I need it to become a 3-run lead if necessary. So 1 out here in the top of the 9th. 7-3 ball game. Pitches inside to Anthony Millo, the catcher. 2 balls and 1 strike. Let's see how this 9th inning plays out. Grounds up the third base line. Foul ball. Count evens. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Misses inside, full count, 3-2. Ooh, that was a close pitch. Could have been strike 3. That's a deep drive. Back goes Ricky, looking up. It's Gonzo. Back-to-back home runs here in the top of the 9th. That's Anthony Millo's 14th home run and his 3rd homer in 2 games. As the Bronx Knights now take an 8-3 lead. Talk about insurance. My goodness. If Anthony Millo, the number 9 hitter, starts to get hot and starts hitting home runs from the number 9 spot, we're winning the World Series. That's all I got to say. Home run number 14 on the season. In relief for the Phillies, Kensley Jansen, 8-7 with a 4.86 ERA. You may remember this name as a closer, but understand that in this fictional universe, it's the year 2024. So it's 3 years from now, and you have to realize progression, he's not as good as he used to be. You may wonder, how is Kenley Jansen so terrible with his stats? So 1 for 3 with a single and 2 RBIs. Max Luklitch is up. Takes a low, cut fastball, ball 1. 1 out, bases empty, 8-3 lead for the Bronx Knights. Sets, and Jansen delivers. Pop up to the left side. There is Ricky Henderson, 2 away. So this is an interesting thing. So we know about Chris Ramos needing to get at bats to see if he can hit those home runs. Stuck at 63. It's 2 outs in the 9th. If Mattingly gets on, he's 4 for 5 today. He's hitting .340 now. If he gets on, Ramos will get 1 more at bat before this day is over. So let's see if Mattingly can get on. Lines the cut fastball foul down the left field line. Strike 1. I'm rooting for him. I hope he gets on. But it's not meant to be, as it's a lazy fly ball to left, and the side is retired. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. An outburst of runs from the Bronx Knights makes it a 5-run lead. Knights lead 8-3. Last licks for the Phillies. So we're going to leave Jesse Biddle in there against Pete Alonso, who's 1 for 3 with a homer. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Breaking ball in there, strike 2. Misses inside with the curveball. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Pete. Late on the fastball. Count will stay right where it is. So in order to make this an interesting 9th inning, they need base runners. Fouls off the slider. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pulls the slider down the left field line. Out of play. Strike 3 called outside corner. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the replay. Too close to take. Got to foul it off. Come on, look, it's too close to take. All right, next up is Ramon Laureano. He had a solo homer in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Slider in there at the knees, strike 2. And Biddle is hot. You could just feel the heat crackling off of his fastball. Strike 3 called. Laureano hates the call. But there are 2 outs, and the Philadelphia Phillies are down to their final out. Let's look at this pitch. You know what? It's outside. I'm sorry. I'm a homer, but it's outside. So, representing the final out of the ballgame is Matt Williams. He's 1 for 3 with a solo homer in the 2nd inning. And it's pulled down the third base line for strike 1. Pops it up. This could do it. Out of the crouch is Millo. He makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Bronx Knights win 8-3. So they take the first game of this 3-game series at Citizen Bank Ballpark. It's win number 102 for the ball club. They're 102 and 52. So they're, for the first time this season, 50 games over 500. They obviously are in first place. The division is clinched. Better yet, it's win number 19 for Joey Pollard. So he has 1 start left. There's Joey Pollard right there. 1 start left. He's got a chance next week to get win number 20. So let's do this the right way. Outlander says, good game. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you for your support. Bronx Knights, 8 runs, 17 hits, no errors. Philadelphia Phillies, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Joey Pollard gets win number 19. Ryan Barucki gets the loss. Jesse Biddle gets the save. Good for you, Jesse. Was not my intention, but good for you. You deserve saves every once in a while. And Matthew Saps is the player of the game. He was 2 for 5 with a homer and 2 RBIs. This has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It's the lifeblood of YouTube. It means so much. So this has been game number 154 of 162 games and beyond of a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. I am RC Robbin. Please also follow me on Twitter. On Twitter, my name is RC and then the name Robbin, but Robbin with 2 B's, R-O-B-B-I-N, RC Robbin. So, give me a search, give me a follow on Twitter. I would love to be a mutual. So the final. Here in Citizens Bank Ballpark, Bronx Knights win 8-3. Have yourself a great night, and I hope to see you again soon.